Hey everybody, this is Matt here again with Shaving the Day, and welcome to another episode of Sample September this month. So today I'll be using TOBS Taylor Bond Street Grapefruit Shaving Cream, which I've yet to use so far. At first, I didn't think I liked the smell, but I think it's growing on me, and it's definitely a very, very realistic grapefruit smell. I know Ken Surfs uses it quite a lot, and so I'm pulling a Ken Surfs here and giving it a try. And I didn't really have anything exact to pair with it for aftershave, so I'm using PAA's Dapper Docs Lilac and Fig aftershave, which I think goes pretty well with it. But I'm gonna wet my face and then we'll get started here. All right, real quick before we start, I'm using the Rockwell 6S again, and this time I'm using it on the R5 plate, which I've yet to use, and I'm excited to try it. I have a Tatra blade in it, which isn't too sharp of a blade, so I think it should go well with the R5 plate. But I think I actually like more aggressive settings and razors for my facial hair because it is really kind of copper wiry. It's very coarse. So the more aggressive settings allow me to not go over the same spot as many times, which ultimately is better for my skin and gives me a better shave. So hoping to kind of try more aggressive settings, and my technique I think has been improving over the last few months. So I should be having less nicks and weepers and whatnot. But I have the TOBS lathered up in my Timeless bowl, which I've been enjoying using a lot because I love the Sterling collapsible bowl, but my one issue with it is the nubs sometimes remove the lather from the brush, so I end up having to paint the lather on my face rather than scrub it in, whereas this Timeless bowl, even though I prefer the Sterling bowl, allows me to keep more lather inside the bristles of the brush and can kind of scrub it into my face more. So that's what I've been enjoying about it. And it is deep too compared to other bowls, so the lather doesn't really spill over the sides as much, which is nice. And sorry, I'm wearing a hat again. I just got out of the shower. It's late. Didn't feel like doing my hair, and yeah, if I hadn't done my hair, you would know, and it would look ridiculous. And you know, I'm not worried about my appearance too much, but I do want to look presentable for you guys. Nice lather as always from TOBS. Maybe it's a little dry right now, so I'll probably add some more water to it. Got this wolf whiskers brush here. Very nice synthetic knot on it. All right, I'm gonna get this brush wet and add some moisture to this lather here. TOBS does not take very much water to lather, but it can definitely be a bit dry if you don't add enough. That should be good. All right, let's get started here. And I'm definitely enjoying the grapefruit smell, actually. I actually do like it. It can be a little intense, that citrusy kind of sour factor, but it does smell nice and fresh. Wow, that R5 plate just went through that couple day growth very nicely. How's everybody doing? Maybe leave a comment what you've been up to in the past week or so. I enjoy hearing from you guys, and I would like to hear about the things that you have going on. Again, thank you to my subscribers and supporters for supporting the channel. We really appreciate it. Trying to get the sideburn here. Definitely due for a haircut. Just haven't gotten around to getting one, but I'll hopefully be going into the barber shop this week. And it's a nice barber shop. They always give me a good haircut, but it's not super traditional feeling, even though the gentlemen that work there are older. They don't do any straight razor shaving or anything like that. Just kind of clippers and scissors. They definitely know what they're doing, and I appreciate the work that they do, and I always am satisfied with my haircut after I leave. But I do wish they would, you know, do some of that other stuff and have more of a traditional barbershop feel. But the guy that normally cuts my hair is pretty up there in age, and I don't know if he would have the dexterity for that still or not. But he doesn't have any issues with dexterity in cutting my hair. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't go there. So I'm actually noticing on my neck is having trouble getting all the stubble here, so hopefully across the grain and against the grain I can get that, because I can still see heavy growth even though I've gone over it with the grain. It's kind of strange. Maybe it's the blade, because normally I wouldn't have that issue. Maybe I should be using a sharper blade. Could be the lather too, could be all kinds of different factors. I didn't do any pre-shave, so that could be part of it as well. Getting ready to go to Paris soon with my fiance and her family, and I'm very excited. I think we're going in, yeah, a little less than a month. Excited to look for any wet shaving places as well. Any little drugstores or pharmacies. And if you've been to Paris, or even live there, I would love some recommendations if you have any places or brands of products that I should look for. Alright, that's a nice first pass. I'm going to rinse off and then relather. Alright guys, I did apply some of the Nivea Shave Stick pre-shave before applying this lather. Just to make sure that I can really get everything that I need to. I shouldn't have any issues with a more aggressive plate than I normally do, or than I normally use, I should say. I think my lather is a little dry, and that could very well be part of it. Shouldn't be too much of an issue because I just showered. All right, let's go across the grain. Not sure how I feel about the Tatra blade in this razor. It feels pretty dull to me, honestly, right now. Could be the TOBS not being up to par with some slickness from artisan soaps that I'm used to, but honestly, I normally don't have any issues with TOBS performance-wise, so I'm going to chalk it up to maybe my lathering or the blade, but the blade feels quite dull and is tugging right now. I think I'm actually going to swap blades for something sharper, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, I just threw the trusty Astra Superior Platinum blade in there, and let's see if I notice a difference. Yeah, I still think my lather's a little dry, but this blade is definitely doing a better job, at least on this setting in this razor. It's not saying that the Tetra is a bad blade by any means. It's just that that combination really wasn't working very well for me. Definitely some dry lather though. Yeah, this is definitely better. Sometimes you just gotta kind of switch things up if you realize something isn't working. Not be afraid to make a change, because you don't want to have a rough shave if you can avoid it. Go over the spot one more time. Oh yeah, that's much better. If any of you participate in fantasy football, I always have a lot of fun with that. And I did not win this week. Even though it's not over, I know for sure I'm not going to win, because the person I'm playing has like over 200 points, or is projected to be over 200 points, which is ridiculous. So I'm taking an L this week, but I do have a pretty good team. And I won the league last year. You know, we only had 8 people, but still felt good to win. Definitely some nicks. Pushing too hard because the lather isn't as slick, but I'll seal them up and it'll be fine. Gonna rinse off and then relather. Alright, we're gonna relather here for the last pass. Trying to definitely have my lather be more wet this time around. Not gonna be the best lather, or thickest, or most protective at all by any means. But I am trying to make sure that my razor is gliding the way that it should be. I feel like maybe my skin is a little sensitive to the acidity of this grapefruit. You can feel it burning a little bit. All right, I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna go for it here. Definitely doesn't have the best residual slickness, TOBS. That's one area it lacks, but it definitely can do the job any day. This is already much better, the Razor Glide. I just needed to really get the lather some more hydration. I'm definitely going to have some irritation as you can see. I have some nicks, but not all shaves can be perfect. Definitely an aggressive plate, this one. I can feel it. Really went over certain areas many times in those first couple passes because I was not getting the Razor Glide that I wanted, and so my plan kind of backfired on me a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, I definitely cut my neck up good. Might need some Alum, or even a Stippet pencil maybe. And I've been shaving kind of quickly compared to how I normally do. Just didn't want the video to be too long. So if I really slowed down more and took my time more, I probably could have avoided some of the things that I did. I don't like to rush shaves normally. All right, I'm gonna do the post-shave routine here. I'll do it on camera so you guys can see. So I'm gonna start off with a cold water rinse. All right, gotta pat that dry. Cold water helps seal up those nicks a little bit. And I am gonna go ahead and use some Alum here, which is definitely not gonna feel nice, but should help. I have this Alum stick right here. Got some cold water on it. Just gonna roll it around. Ooh, I can see even some micro nicks popping up on my chin and upper lip. I never tried holding it like this. I usually keep it in this little pedestal. It comes in, I dropped it and it cracked out. But I saw Brian at the senseless shaver that I mentioned in my last video. He's only put up one video for his 40th birthday. And I saw him do this, so I thought it was a good idea. Yeah, I got some work to do on my neck here. This is not gonna feel good at all. Haven't used the Alum in a little bit. I'm trying not to use it because I think it does actually give me more irritation sometimes. But when you have this many nicks and stuff, it kind of helps. All right, I'm gonna leave that on for about 30 seconds while I dry off my Alum stick. And the next thing I'm going to be using is witch hazel. So I'm going to go ahead and give this Alum a little bit of a rinse, and then I'll apply witch hazel. Alright, I'm back with the witch hazel. And sometimes I've noticed if you don't completely rinse the Alum, the witch hazel kind of like reacts with it and it kind of clumps up. Same with aftershave. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. Some of these nicks are just kind of refusing to completely seal up, but they will in a little bit. All right, and then I'm gonna apply this Power Stick balm. Just gonna squirt a little bit in my hand. That's enough. And then I'm gonna cut it with some witch hazel to thin it out. So just a little bit. Now it's a nicer consistency. It's not too thick, but it would be if I didn't thin it out. Man, this one right here just does not want to seal up. All right, I'm gonna kind of dab it away from my mouth. Kind of let that dry, and then I'll get ready to use the splash. So I'm gonna kind of clean my supplies while this dries, and then I'll come back with the splash. All right, guys, I rinsed off my supplies, so I'm ready to apply the splash. One thing I will say about this Timeless bowl is it's really easy to rinse out, and I appreciate that about it. So I do have the Dapper Doc's Old Time Lilac and Fig splash, and I'm going to apply this liberally. Hopefully it doesn't burn too bad. Yep, there's a burn. My cheeks are on fire. And my neck's about to be even worse. Yeah, that's a nice burn. You can definitely tell there's a lot of alcohol in that splash. And my cheeks are definitely burning, but it's starting to subside. Man, does that smell good. I do really like that scent. Definitely can see how it's like an old time kind of like Western barbershop type scent. And it does pair well with the TOBS Grapefruit. This nick just won't seal up. Definitely some major irritation here. So not the best shave by any means, but it is a smooth shave for the most part. And by the time I wake up in the morning for my internship, I'm sure it'll be all good. So, you know, you can't win them all. It's not always gonna be a perfect shave, but I do enjoy the process regardless, and always try and learn something when I don't have the best shave. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.